Go now. Welcome to a brand new edition to today's Rundown with Ramon. My name is Ramon Ray, publisher of zoneofgenius.com. What a blessing we have today, live streaming on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube, and I get to hang out with my friends here on BWC, Breakfast with Champions. The benefit of that is you got amazing people like Trisha Rue, Mary Lynn, Christina Howard, Alexandra Nicole, Dr. Jeannie, TM, Julian, Elizabeth Skye, and Pat, and Tanya, and Valerie, and Denny, and what's up, Denny, and Malika Starr, and so many more, Norman, and Rodney, and of Chris, the most amazing human in the world, who's rocking with me to grow the Ramon Ray Inc. empire. Those in the listening lounge, Sonia and River, what's up? Why you down there? Soul Salsita, why you down there? Soul Susie and Busher and many others are here. So again, sit back, relax, and or unmic. We'll have time for both of the next 55 minutes today. And if you're looking down trying to find the slow button, it's not you. It's me. This is just the speed with which I talk. So if you'll allow that today, I'm going to share with you all what we're going to talk about today. And after each brief segment, which will be 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, I'll pause. I'll give you the chance to engage, give you the chance to unmic, give you the chance to share, give you the chance to jump in and talk with us. We'd love to have that. But you may be on a treadmill. You may be eating a bowl of Wheaties you may be eating some grits with salt, which is God's people use salt on grits, not sugar. I'll be having a great debate with Dr. Will Moreland coming up in a week or two. We'll be having a huge debate. Me and Dr. Will, we had jujitsu, Muay Thai, and hand-to-hand combat about grits or sugar on salt or sugar on grits. So we got a lot coming up today. So what are we going to talk about today? 1, learning. Are you learning from everything you're doing? Number 2, evolving. I'm going to share a bit my journey into evolving in different ways, talking about the power of building relationships, why it's so important. What I'm sharing today in the Rundown with Ramon special edition live on BWC is my journey, my path, what I'm doing. Talking about why it's my best year ever and why it can be for you too. I should probably start with that, but I'm going to share some things that I'm doing in 2026 that I am determined, I am focused. So God help me to have this year be the best year ever. And the headline, for those of you who are going to be watching the live stream, is I had planned to talk about Facebook groups or not. So I may touch on that as well. We'll see. But again, 54 minutes together, quite a bit. And my goal here is to provide value to you. You know, some people, when they do their show, like when Dr. Jeannie does it, her goal is to provide insight and information. Probably when Julie and Christina Howard and others, they provide, Pastor Jeff, they provide insight, information, esteemed talk. That's not my goal. I'm gonna tell you right now. So you may want to go to another room or just unclick. My goal is not to make you smarter and informed. It's not my primary goal. My goal is simply to entertain you. So let me tell you that. Now, if you happen to learn while I'm entertaining you, that's a bonus. But my primary goal is not to inform you, not to make you smarter. My first goal in the next 53 minutes is simply entertain you. Why? Because that's just how I roll. I like to entertain myself as well. That sounds a bit weird. Calm down, people. We're keeping it PG here. So welcome to a brand new edition, Breakfast with Champions. Before we get on, let me pause a bit. Anyone wanted to jump in, unmic, and the benefit of being in this segment today is when you do tell who you are, because you'll be going live streamed as well. But let me pause before I start this. Well, I've already started the show, but I always love to hear from BWC. Anything you didn't get a chance to say, wanted to say before I move on to segment topic 1 of the special edition of the Rundown with Ramon show. Anybody on the BWC side? Mary Lynn, you a cray. Love it, Mary Lynn. I think he is okay. Who's next? What's up? Talk to me. Come on, Alexandria. Okay. Hey, Adrian, 1 second, Adrian. 1 second, Adrian. Adrian. Yeah. Just Pastor Jeff, just 1 second. Yeah. This is, oh, Jesus. Yeah, well, I'm going to go back to the other thing a minute, TM. Yeah, just. Yeah, but I can't. I can't. No, you guys, thank you. You guys are ha, ha, ha. It's not, there's nothing funny about this. I don't know why you're laughing, TM. I don't know why you're even unmiking. Alexandria, you took the whole show. You just took it right down, Alexandria. I can't. 1 second. Amelia, are you free now? Can you come back to BWC and just do the show? I can't. My whole show is gone. Yo, listen, everybody. Welcome to Breakfast Champions. Alexandria Nicole. You are too much. Alexandra had to push my buttons, but literally, Dr. Will Moreland and I, we are having a great debate. I'm getting ready to buy 100 boxes of grits, and it's going to be a lit show. So y'all want to see it February, I think January, something it is. But Alexandra, you know I love you, Alexandra. Thanks for jumping in. But you pushed my buttons, young lady. Only salt goes on grits, not sugar. Go ahead, Pastor Jeff. Talk to me. No, it's salt, man. Y'all, listen, we're going to move on from this topic, but those who don't know, no, go ahead, Marilyn, jump in anytime. Yeah, it's not cream of wheat. Yeah, correct. Correct. But for the sake of the show, we're going to move on. I love it. I love it. I love it. We are having a great debate. See me at my Facebook feeds on my events. Me and Dr. Will Moreland are having a debate with some guest speakers talking about the great grits debate. Does sugar or salt go on grits? Alexandra, appreciate you, everybody here. Let's move on to the show. Ding, 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 ding. Topic number one. I will be pausing after each topic. But I want to talk about the aspect of learning. And again, those of you watching me live on video, you're hearing voices. I'm being piping in BWC, Clubhouse social audio app, where people tried to, they did trigger me, and talking about Will Smith and salt or sugar on grits. But learning. And the question that I want to ask us today, topic number one, segment number one, sphere number one in our hour show together. Here's, are you learning from everything? Are you willing to test and risk? This is key. Many of you are not willing to test. Many of you are not willing to risk, and this is stopping your growth in order to learn. Are you going into things knowing you need to learn? This is important. The big brands do this all day long. This is why you see when Meta says they're reducing spending on their metaverse unit, for example. They invested gazillions into metaverse. It was a hot thing. Everybody was in it. But who knew? AI is here now. They're shifting resources. Or as my clients say, Ramon, we're going to invest a certain amount of money in you in this influencer marketing campaign. We need to test it. We like you, Ramon. We know you're a good guy, Ramon, but we don't know if you're going to have the results we want. We have to test it. So my point being, everybody, we all know there's no need to test sugar on grits. That's a given. Any smart person knows that. Alexandria, TM, Pastor Jeff, and others who are on the wrong bandwagon. However, testing is important. Now, what I'm learning to do is, how am I testing? Is it okay for me to spend $500 on this ad? Should I spend just $100 on this ad? Can I do it organically for free and not spend any money? But either way, the only way to move forward in the context with which I'm speaking, everyone, is, are you willing to test? We're still early in the year in January 2026, and I guarantee you can take this to the bank. One of the ways that you'll be able to grow, Christina, one of the ways you'll be able to grow, Patrice, one of the ways you'll be able to grow, Tiffany, is by testing. And I'm not saying everything has to even be about money. That's not what I'm saying, but that's just one for business. That's one benchmark of how we test. Hey, let's test this. Let's hire this. Let's test this. Full disclosure, me and Chris Cushing, I'm sharing my business, which is attached to her business, but I'm just going to go for it. We're in a testing phase. I mean, we're past the testing phase. We started working together in December. It's now January. And I'm like, Chris, if you won't fire me, I won't fire you. Shall we keep working? She's like, yeah, I like you. And I'm like, I like you too. We're growing together and figuring it out. So my point is, are you willing to test? Are you willing to risk a few things? If you do this, I promise you, you'll see a growth in your business. And I'm going to pause in a minute here to get any feedback in case anybody wants to jump in. But I recall my first event I did in 2005, at least the idea. I'm giving you life stories from me, because if I can do it, a guy who's in a townhouse here in the vacation capital of the world, I'm no more smart, no more stupid than any of you. I'm a regular guy. And I took my credit card to the Roosevelt Hotel in Grand Central Station. I've told the story before. I put it down. I wanted to test, can I do an event? Because so many times we spend so much time thinking we have to shadow and follow other people. Now success leaves clues. I want to look at other people. I want to see how they're doing it. I want to see what their game is. We learn from other people. But at some point, you got to say, it's time for me to step out into the deep. It's time for me to step out to the water. It's time for me to be the person who God called me to be. It's time for me to be the person I can be and stretch, if you choose to do it. It may not be for everyone. But again, this is my segment. I'm talking about today, the things I'm learning to do today, the things I'm learning how to grow and take what I'm trying to do to the next level. And part of that is this aspect of learning from mistakes, and or willing to go into something, as they call it, failing forward, willing to go into something, knowing this is a test and knowing this may not work. Two more things I'll share. I gave a speech at my mother's funeral last week. My son, who's not, he's going through some. My son, who's not very. Anyways, my son gave me one of the highest compliments that I've ever received because he's very dialed in, very focused. He's NLP person, So when he says something is amazing, it's amazing. He said, "Dad, I've never ever heard you talk about this before. Have you thought of not just talking about business, but talking about life building?" Stop, Trisha. Stop. Trisha, don't even unmic. You don't have to. I know you said it already. Stop. There's no need to call me out. Alexandria did it, saying, "Now you got to put sugar on grits." She's wrong. No need for you to unmic and say, "Ramon, I told you." No need, Trisha. Even though I'm sure you're going to. But the point is, after he heard my talk, he said, "Dad, have you thought about expanding your speaking repertoire? Because the speech you gave, which is going viral on YouTube in our church community, thousands have viewed it." He said it was one of the best speeches I ever heard you give and maybe ever gave. And so this is my point. I wouldn't have known I knew I had it in me if I wouldn't have risked testing. Just a side note, what I did, I put my mother's life on trial. In fact, I put my church on trial. And I was nervous going into it. But at the end of it, I got a standing ovation and about 800 to 1,000 people. And it's a big deal in our little community. So I'll pause there. The nugget on this little segment was, are you learning? Are you willing to take a risk? Let me pause and see who wants to jump in. Hey, Trish, glad you're here on YouTube. Thanks for being here on the Rundown with Ramon show. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. Tim, I appreciate that. And one more thing I'll share, and we got plenty of time for open mics, is that in this speech, Tim, it was a speech, and my sisters ribbed me and called me the best trolling compliment ever. They said, "Oh, we got Martin Luther King here." So this is not about me per se, people. I'm not trying to flex here, but I am sharing my story to help others on the journey. So to get full clarity how I'm doing it, and thank you, Tim, for that. But I must say, this is no AI. It took me about a week to do this speech. And I believe some things happen serendipitously, some things happen with just raw notes. But normally, as you'll kind of know, I kind of wing it. I go with just notes, right? I go with some bullet points and I can share by God's grace. But this is the first time I wrote bullet points. Then hours or 2 days later, I wrote out a full speech. And in the days and days and days where I printed it, edited like it was a presidential speech, so I could use each word carefully because I was stepping into something brand new. So just so you know the background, and I'm sure you guys are speaker trainers and others, you understand this. Printed out it was a speech. It was read. And I had edited days and days. So just to give you full context, as I've stepped out into a new journey, this is what it took. But again, love to hear from others here, and or anybody. Keep it, always TM. You can always unmic again and again. But anybody else want to jump in before we move on to topic number 2 in the Rundown with Ramon special edition on BWC? What's up, Pastor Jeff? Wow. Pastor Jeff, that was deep, man. And I'm tempted to show this speech in public. It talked about a lot of things, references, in our own little church and community. Some of you've grown up as I would. But Pastor Jeff, that's exactly what it was. It was still Ramon, Pastor Jeff. And I read it, but as you get a sense, tell even the news anchors we see daily, right? They're reading it. You just have to be skilled in how to read. But man, Pastor Jeff, it was at doses, as TM kind of hinted, as you're saying, Pastor Jeff. It was where people were laughing. And then I would look at the ministry. They got serious, like, "Oh my God, did he say that?" And then they laughed again. So it was an intentional roller coaster journey of calling people out, but then making them feel safe. That was what it was, about a 23-minute speech of that. And at the end, though, everybody loved it. And so, yeah. Anybody else before we move on to another topic? Or we may stay on this topic. We'll see. Anybody else? Hey, Trisha. Yeah, I appreciate you. Yes, and you and I have uplifted each other on this topic, right? Others have too. And Mary Lynn's, I know it's her passion is that the aspect of I can get very business, and hey, let's talk today about shades of lipstick for an hour. I'm like, check out. But to your point, just blending things is that there's space for Ramon to do more than just, as TM said, small business. So you may see me step into that. You may see that more and more. So anybody else before we move on? All right, all right, all right. I know it's not fair to say what I did and then not share it. I think it's Peter. Let me just think about it a bit more, Peter, and listen to it again. It's just, it was made for, and nothing I said was bad. It's just imagine, let me give an example. Imagine if you're, whatever community that we're in, especially religious community or something, and you have your practices and things you do that make sense in behind the scenes. But when you take it to public, you're just like, don't know if they'll understand that we say, however we pray, whatever. So that's what I'm going. There's nothing bad I said. So I may just release it, but let me just chew on it and think about it. Correct. Absolutely. That is correct. 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 My man. So you got me there, TM. You know how to. Okay. Now I appreciate that. Mm, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. Right. No, I appreciate that. And by the way, to Trish, who's listening on YouTube, let me know. Can you hear the audio from Clubhouse? If you can hear it well, just say well, or let me know via the chat and YouTube. I'm curious how the audio comes. No, but Chris, you're right. And Kevin O'Leary said something that's happening right now. Kevin O'Leary said the reason why he misses Mark Cuban on Clubhouse on Shark Tank is because Kevin O'Leary, $1 billion, smart guy in the world. Mark Cuban, billionaire, smart guy. They have different views on, for example, on complex deals versus simple deals, or versus versus what do you call it, licensing or not. Good. So Trisha, she can hear Clubhouse well. And what Chris and TM, two people I respect, two people who are smart, they're right. It's my decision I got to make. Do I keep this private for the community, which had thousands of views already? That's high enough, and we have a small community. Or as Chris said, so thank you all, and I will consider all things and and see where it goes. Come on, Pastor Jeff, let's go. Hmm. Well, here's the thing, Pastor Jeff. That speech, see now people are gonna really want to see it. That speech I gave, it was so anointed, it was so fire. It is, hey, Dr. Will, it is impossible to replicate. Now, when I say impossible, meaning I'll have to give a different speech at a different time at IYMS. That, by God's grace, God gave me a speech for IYMS 1 month ago. I'm getting off topic here, but my point being, Pastor Jeff, that speech I gave at my mom's funeral, and you know me a bit, it will not have the same effect. Meaning, what you see, what's on YouTube right now in unlisted mode, that is a special speech that was anointed. Meaning, the context, the people who were there, the jokes I gave, the flow, that is the speech you see. Nothing you can't. I mean, you get my point now because I know you're a preacher, so you understand the message you gave 5 years ago. You just can't replicate it. There's a different. You were on a beach with 20 kids. You can't give it again in Manhattan with 30 old people. It's just different. It'll have a different vibe. So that's the issue there. But either way, I get all the advice, get all the input. Hey, Dr. Will Moreland, appreciate you watching us here on Facebook, Dr. Will. I told people about our upcoming event, Grits, Salt or Sugar. You already got fans. Alexander's like, oh my God, Dr. Will team. Yeah, please. Okay. Well, TM's like, I think with you too, and other people here who just don't know, but Dr. Will, good to have you here. Let's move forward. Ding, 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 ding. Talked about learning. The second thing I want to touch on here is the aspect of evolving, the importance of us all evolving. And I hinted on it just now, in fact, didn't know we were going to go there. But my question to all of us today, my question to you, Patty, my question to you, Valerie, my question to you, Soul Salcedo, my question to you, Heshman, my question to you, Busher, my question to you, Austin, my question to you, Trellis, is are you all evolving? For the last 20 plus years that I've been in business, and I've been an entrepreneur for a number of years, I have continued to say, I'm not a coach. Hundreds and hundreds, possibly thousands of people, when I've left stages around the world, said, Ramon, can you teach us? I give a whole speech on personal branding. Can you teach us? I give a whole talk on whatever the topic is. Lines of people, Ramon, you just talked how you're crushing it in podcasting. Can you teach me how you're doing it? You just talked, Ramon, how you're the anti-billion-dollar brand person. You've built a company, several companies that have generated hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue, and you've paid yourself hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. Can you teach me that? Because that's where I want to go. I'm not trying to be Mark Zuckerberg. And I said no. Over the past several weeks, I've evolved. I have a coaching program. It's called Ramon Office Hours. Some of this platform are here. And it's where Ramon has stepped into being a coach. And guess what? I'm loving it. I am liking it. And thanks to maybe some of you all who being in the LOD events on Sunday mornings and this community here that have helped me step into this. And so that's my point number 2. It's amazing how time goes so fast. Wow, 30 minutes to go. But I've stepped into being a coach. So that's really the quick second bullet point, is asking ourselves, are you evolving? And as TM and Chris said, 2 people who I love and trust. Maybe you don't have to step in to be something new. Or as Glenn Lundy had his segment, you don't have to be a new you, but a better you. So I'm mixing some points here. And maybe coaching I didn't have to do. Maybe there was somebody else would say, Ramon, nope, I don't want to evolve into this. But for me, I knew there was something missing. I said, I have all these people following me. My email list is growing, thousands and thousands of people. My social profile is growing in 2026. And I said, I'm not serving people who trust me. I'm not serving people who want to hear from me. I'm thinking I have to hire, I have to lean on somebody else. But I said, no. And if there's time, I'll get to this. This is going to be my best year ever. Well, one of the few things I'm doing, not a lot of change, but one of the few things I'm doing is stepping into being who I am. And you're going to see me being more of Ramon than ever. And actually, Trisha and TM and others, me giving my mother what I gave my mother's funeral, that was part of that. I thought about it, but I said, this is the best tribute I can give. I've shared, some challenges I've had in TM's Leadership on Demand room, which is therapy for me. But I said, I'm evolving. And I need to be evolved and give the church what they need. So point number 2 here today on the special edition of the Rundown with Ramon is asking yourselves, are you evolving? And or at least, are you open to evolving? And let me say this different. We all must evolve. We all must do better. I think the question of the day really is, what area will you evolve in? So that's number 2, sharing my journey of Ramon saying, I'm not a coach. I'm not a coach. I can't teach. Don't bother me. Go see somebody else. And I still refer people out. Of course, Dr. Jeannie's here, amazing coach on speaking and more. TM's here, Leadership on Demand, is absolutely amazing. Christina Howard, I'm not sure if she decided or not, if she's teaching on nonprofits, but if she is, Christina Howard doing this, that, and the other. So we got amazing coaches here. And probably I learned from some of them. And so that's my question to you to ask today. Are you evolving into being who you can do? Natalie Gregg, thanks for watching here on Facebook. Natalie Gregg, love it, love it, love it. Dr. Will, brother, I appreciate this. Hearing us on Facebook, and he says, I love this for you. Stop. See, now you stop hiding your greatness. It's tough, Dr. Will, and I wouldn't put it that way, but since you said it, I'll just receive it. Anybody want to jump in on this topic as we pause about evolving, stepping into who you are, changing, not changing, but you have something that maybe as Dr. Will just said, you've been hiding. So the topic of the day was evolving. Let me pause a minute and see anybody on the BWC side wants to jump in. If not, it's okay. It's okay. But just giving you space. Hey, Trellis. Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
As many as God has created, there is not one single butterfly that is alike. And so the process, you can't usurp the process.
Right.
The process is ugly. Goes into the cocoon because he's nothing but a fuzzy caterpillar. Caterpillar. But when he comes out, he flies with ease. He has no worries. He's just going from flower to flower. And the beauty is evident because I say, what is evident needs no explanation. And so you don't have to explain. I'm not explaining myself. I
And
am
Trellis,
not
you're breaking up a little bit.
announcing. I'm not announcing my moves. I'm just
Mm.
confirming my arrivals. And so when you know you're evolving, that is your focus because God gives us gates of creativity, of insight, of leadership, of those things that he has already, my mentor, Bishop Greg Davis, he's been dropping some amazing gems. And so you have to protect that. You
Mm-hmm.
have to protect that which has been given to you because that you don't protect, you cannot occupy. And I'll yield.
Ooh, Trellis, where have you been all my life? And I think you've been on this platform a few times. Trellis, that was amazing, Trellis. Thank you. And we got some other, I heard somebody else share. I'll get back to you in 1 second. Please, and just say your name so I can hear who's here and call you. But I love how this is happening. And then remind me, we got 2 events coming up this month and next month. I want to talk about Creative Con and talk about IYMS. And one thing I do want to pause and talk about one thing. Side note is bullying. I'm watching now in my feeds on the video somebody's bullying somebody else, and I don't like it. And Mary Lynn doesn't deserve to be bullied. She has her views. She has a right to say what she's saying. And I want to just hold the show 1 second and help align things because I want to call it as it happens. Mary Lynn said salt goes on grits. This is her opinion. She's right, in fact. This is the way good people eat food. So, Dr. Will, I'm calling you out. Leave Mary Lynn alone. Leave Mary Lynn alone. I had to get that out of me. Okay, now, you know I love you, Dr. Will, but I can't let that go by. Who's next? Who wants to jump in? Say your name and come on in. I think I heard somebody else on BWC trying to jump in. If not, we'll move on to topic. Hello?
Your greetings, Ramon.
Hey, Peter.
Thank you for having
Talk
me.
to me, brother.
This is Norman. This is Norman.
No, Norman. No, I couldn't. Hey, Norman. Sorry about that. Hey, Norman.
Yes, greetings to everyone. Ramon, let me say, please accept heartfelt sympathies on the transition
Thank you.
of your mom. Yes, indeed. You said some words earlier. Choose to do what God wants you to do. And let me tell you something, Ramon, on this topic of evolving. To be in the position to just on mic and give someone a breath of fresh air that leads to a thriving life is amazing. And let me tell you something, when you on mic, that's what you do. And thank you so much for that great inspiration indeed. Ramon, let me tell you something, I had a vision some years ago, about 5 years ago, and I took a calculated risk. And I want to say, the past 1 year has proven that I have it within me what the Lord wants me to do. And I have been so connected. And I want to say, last Tuesday, I've transformed into being a best-selling author again after doing it 6 months before.
Congratulations.
Blessings to you. And I just want to say it is amazing when you can know indeed that there's more within you and God has a plan for you and there's a gift within. And hey, I'm putting that gift out there. And thank you so much for adding to that gift this morning. I am Norman Gordon. closing his microphone.
Norman, you are so welcome. And Norman, please feel free in the chat, the book. We'll try to promote that, add it to the maybe BWC, or you can share it artfully, not like self-promotion, but artfully, an 800% life or something. And again, Norman, I'm here today because Amelia couldn't be here. Marilyn's like, we need a replacement. She called me. So it's amazing. Things are divine and things are what they are. So let me just say a few things and I'll open up the mic again and then I'll move on. We got a few other things I want to share, but there's no rush. If BWC wants to share, we'll do it. But I want to remind you of a few things. One, many of you are saying right now, I can hear it, we'd love to hear more of Ramon. I would love to get personal help in my business from Ramon. I invite you to check out Office Hours with Ramon at RamonOfficeHours.com, RamonOfficeHours.com. Those of you on video can see that link pop up. But that's not the main thing I want to share. I do coaching and helping people with personal branding, podcasting, content, mindset, and just building a better business. So that's RamonOfficeHours.com. But the main thing I want to do, especially for those of you on Clubhouse, if you click that link, there's a book I have called Grow Your Solo. And those of you on Clubhouse especially, you can click that link and get access to Grow Your Solo. It's a book, it's an audiobook and more, and check that. If you like these things, many of the topics I'm sharing today are inside that book called Grow Your Solo. So hearing the sound of my voice, you want to check that out. Those of you on the Clubhouse audio side, you can check that out, Grow Your Solo. And those of you who already are signed up to me and don't have that, just email me. You have my email list. You're already on my email. Just say, hey, Ramon, I never got a copy of Grow Your Solo. I'll do that. So, two things just sharing. Those who want me to mentor them, to coach them, to help them grow their business. Well, I'm doing that, and our community is growing. You can just hit me up, DM me, put the word coaching somewhere, and I'll see it after this segment, and I will DM you a link of how you can check out, hey, let me see how I can be coached and help with Ramon and Office Hours. And or then also just adding something else, especially those in you in Clubhouse, very easy. If you want to get my free download, Grow Your Solo, you can do that. And or if you want me to coach you as well, let me know. So two events that are coming up. I want to highlight them. We have our amazing IYMS event that's happening, Inspiring Youth on a Mission to Success, our youth leadership conference led by Christina Howard. And so I beg you to go there and check out that link. I don't know if it's sold out. I don't know if it's not, but if it is sold out, just DM me and I may hook you up. We'll see. Especially if you bring a good love offering to the event. Seriously, no joke on that. But we want to help inspire kids, nonprofit organization. We want to help this organization grow, IYMS. But if you're looking to be an event where some of the best speakers in the world will be attending, come to IYMS. You want an event where you can be surrounded by young adults, young people who need help, who are on the path to their greatness. You want to come to IYMS. If you like Myrtle Beach, you want to come to IYMS. If you want to feel inspired and receive, and if you want to give inspiration, you want to come to IYMS. So check out IYMS.world, IYMS.world, and I invite you to join me, T.M. Hyman, and many others who are on this platform here. Julie Loken, I think, will be there in person, and many others at the Youth Leadership Conference. I think Alexandria may be here too. She's coming up in about 23 minutes. IYMS.world, Youth Leadership Conference, or you can just tag Christina Howard and find her and join it. Second thing that's coming up in February, middle of February, I think it is Creative Con. Creative Con is an amazing event by Julie Loken and her partner, Dominic. Some of you may know the name Jim Quick, the brain science guru who helps people unlock their brain. Some of you may know, many of you may know David Meltzer, an amazing platform in the sports industry and personal development industry and more. Some of you may know the name Gary Vaynerchuk, who's founded Vayner Media, VaynerX. His president will be there, James Orsini. So Julie has compiled an amazing set of minds, perspectives, and people at Creative Con, an event for creatives in the broader sense of the world that we all are. And so I'll be hosting that event. She's kindly asked me to host it. Thank you, Julie, for that opportunity. And I invite you to join me and many others at Creative Con with an 8, creativecon.com. You can just see Julie Loken tag her, especially if you're on Clubhouse. Christina Howard has just let me know they will be sold out soon at the IYMS event. So I invite you to join me, two places, Youth Leadership Conference, IYMS.world, and CreativeCon.com with an 8. Creative Con, some of the most amazing speakers, amazing community will be in Chicago at Creative Con. Join me there. All right, we got about 21 minutes to go into our, thank you, Marilyn. That's right, Justin and John Lee and many others as well. So, all right, pause. BWC side. Anybody else didn't get a chance to chat or talk or wanted to say something, feel free to do so. And then we'll continue on with today's special edition of The Rundown with Ramon. All right, good. Not good, like don't want you to speak, but good. You feel served. Moving on to point number 3, the power of relationships. And thank you so much, Trisha, the other Trisha on Facebook, for letting me know when the audio pops out. What it is, just a little bit of technical stuff. And Pastor Jeff, thank you for helping me do this. I have a mixer that he recommended and more. So always would be grateful to you, Pastor Jeff, for enabling me even to multi-stream. Sometimes Restream switches to my other mic, several different input outputs. And that's when the audio on this side fades. So thank you, Trisha, for saying, hey, Ramon, can't hear. Appreciate you, Trish Mickey, for being here today. So ding, 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 ding. Next topic is the power of relationships. Yesterday, I had 2 phone calls. I had a phone call with the founder of Rogue Media. His name is Maximilian, this bearded, deep-voiced guy. Had a call with my friend, longtime friend for 30-something years, Adrienne Miller, who is a sales trainer, former sales trainer, the best of the best, and today she's a copywriter. She has an amazing community called Adrienne's Network. Adrienne's Network was around way before we thought BWC and Clubhouse was cool. We would call, doot, 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 pound, doot, doot, 3, boop, 6, boop, hey, and we'd have our chats. Audio, freeconferencecall.com. Some of y'all may know that. This is what we used before Zoom was popular. We didn't do video chat. We used freeconferencecall.com and tools like that. Adrienne's Network is still going strong. Point being, I had 2 phone calls with them. Rogue Media, Maximilian, and actually, TM, you should look up right now, if you can, TM, Rogue Media, Maximilian. He's like-minded. You want to connect with him. And I had a call with them. What we talked about is not relevant. The message of the day today for this point here is the power of relationships and being very intentional about connecting with people you can soar with more. This is important. Now, there is a little bit of discrimination involved in this. And when I say discrimination, good discrimination, here's what I mean. Out of 100 people in a room, let's say there's 10 people who are like, being vegan is very important to us. I want to build a vegan empire, and I want in that vegan empire us to play flutes and dance and light candles. And in addition to that, we're going to exercise every day for 1 year. Well, I have no interest in any of that. No interest in candles, no interest in vegan, no interest in exercising, going hard for a whole year, no interest in even in dancing. That's what Mary Lynn does all day. I have no interest in any of it. So, yeah, we can have a call, of course, but you get what I'm saying, having some fun here. There's no reason for us to go deep. I can like you, nice person, but us to go deep, have calls, build together, we ain't got nothing for each other. Now, let's say you have somebody who says, hey, Ramon, I'm building a community of entrepreneurs and professionals. Hey, Ramon, I believe in in-person events and online events. Hey, Ramon, I'm online as well. Hey, Ramon, I like personal development. Hey, Ramon, now that could be somebody like an Alexandra Nicole. Let's figure out maybe what we can do together. So I wanted to express that to you all, the power of what I'm being very intentional. How can I build better with others? I am very clear what Ramon Ray is building. I am being as fastidious as I can and making some clear moves, and I'll get to that in my 4th topic, and we may end on that 4th pillar today, but very clear on some things I'm doing, and that's growing office, RamonOfficeHours.com, RamonOfficeHours.com, where Ramon Ray is coaching and mentoring, and we have clients, we have people who are signing up, and it's growing. It is growing. Number 2, very focused on bringing back in-person experiences called Genius Talks. In fact, we already have a sponsor for one, Zoho. Genius Talks is coming back. In-person events. I'm very clear on where Ramon is going and leaning in to Ramon Ray and leveraging relationships with other people. Some of the places and conversations I'm having, you'd be amazed. Well, you wouldn't be amazed. You'd expect it. But I'm amazed because it's follow-up, follow-up, follow-up. But I challenge you, look through your phone, look through your quote-unquote Rolodex. Is your phone list even segmented? Mine segmented. Who should you be having more phone calls with? And let me just be clear. When you're having phone calls with somebody, be very clear on what the phone call's about. Let me give you an example. Seth Godin's a friend of mine. He takes my calls, email him back and forth. Some of you may not know him, but this is kind of that OG world of Seth Godin, Gary Vaynerchuk, and others. And we have new people who are, Mr. Beast, Jimmy Donaldson, and others, new crop of influencers. But I'm honored that Seth Godin takes my calls. But when I take his call, yes, there's value I can give him, of course. But I'm very clear, Seth, you're the OG. You got millions and millions of views. I'm there, Seth, to learn from you. I want to add value, know what I can do for you. But he knows it's Ramon seeking help, Ramon seeking guidance, Ramon seeking mentorship, and that's okay. We're clear. Or there's another call I may have with a future brand sponsor. in general, in some way, even though we're going to work together, there's something I want to sell you. I want you to buy something from me. There's no shame. I'm very clear. Another type of call I can be is, what are we going to do together? How do we grow together? What are you doing? What am I doing? What's going on here? How can we just stay in each other's orbit? Me and TM have calls like that. Me and Alexandria have calls like that, or emails, whatever. Did you get my point? So my point is, be clear also as you're building relationships on what you want out of the relationship, where you're going, because there's nothing worse than someone calling me, yo, Ramon, what's up? How are you? Want to, let's connect. Want to see what you're doing. What we can do together. And then, hey, by the way, I got a cup to sell. Could you buy my cup for $2.99? Now I may put sugar on my grits for that. Now you just pissed me off because it was an ingenuous, some fancy word that people use like Dr. Janie and TM. It was an ingenious call, disingenuous call. Now I'm angry. So just be kind of clear what you want. Just be clear. I had the same thing happen yesterday on LinkedIn. Somebody I know, he's like, Ramon, can I have a call with you? Ooh, your name ain't Jeannie. Your name ain't TM. No Alexandria. So no, we can't just have a call. We don't do that. No. Can you tell me a bit more? He's like, oh, I'm opening up a new network looking for investors. Thank you. We can't have a call. I can't help you, but you're still a good friend. Let's move on. Let me pause. Relationships. Anybody want to jump in, comment, talk to me? And if not, no problem. But our space on the BWC side, those who are watching on video, this is Breakfast with Champions live audio stream in from the people. Talk to me.
This Malika Starr.
Malika Starr, what's up? Thanks for being an amazing part of the Ramon Ray community, BWC community. Love your journey, how you're flowing. Congratulations on you being a book publishing aficionado, able to help people publish their books and more. Malika, the mic is yours.
I love the way you introduced me. I love it. I like building genuine relationships, like what you said. Like if you reach out to me, what are your genuine intentions? Sometimes you may need some motivation. Sometimes you may want to sell me something, but let me know up front, like you said, because I don't want people that want to be my friend just because I may support their business. Like if I sew into you and I hire you as my coach and then we become friends, I notice I develop a lot of my clients become my friends because we spend a lot of time together, writing their books, in their mindset, in their ideas. But our friendship is not just because they sold money into me. It's because I have a genuine interest in their mindset, in their shift, in their connect. If I hire you as my coach, I yes, be my coach, right? But if our friendship develops out of that, that is awesome as well. And so my point is just be genuine in whatever it is you are, if you're out there to make a relationship, and let it flow naturally. That's all I had to say, if that makes sense.
Oh, 100%, Malika, 100%. I love that. And you're right. Be genuine, and be upfront. No, thank you. Who else wants to join in? Anybody else? Mega 227, thank you so much. Anybody else want to join in before we move on?
Ramon, this is Trellis again.
Hey, Trellis, you can unmic anytime. You can just stay unmiked.
Thank you so much. One thing I have learned about relationships, they are partnerships. And so with partnerships, we're partnering together, meaning I don't like to say that I made contact with someone. I like to say I encountered someone. I encountered their spirit. They encountered mine. And because of the exchange, we are better when we hang up the phone, when we get off of Zoom, when we meet in person. I can tell you, I have met Valerie Stone. And when she came to the hotel and we met, it was like we had always knew each other. There was a pouring in to one another that she doesn't know that empowered me. And I would like to believe I did the same with her. And here's the thing. When you are aligned, when you're surrendered, when God is elevating you, you know that relationships are strategically placed into your life. And so when He's making room for the ones that really need to be there, even Jesus had a Judas.
Come on now.
Even Jesus had a Judas. And so that was necessary. I love the song by Fantasia that says it was necessary. So it's necessary to give that discerning spirit. Talk to Pastor Jeff on the phone. He doesn't know, but he dropped so much wisdom into me about things I'm
I
doing
know he
and
did.
how I should move.
Hmm.
And I'm not seeking relationships because I'm aligned. Those divine connections will find me. Period. And I'll yield.
Trellis, you stay on mic anytime you want. Thank you, Trellis, so much. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. And by the way, we got 10 more minutes to go, and then Alexandra Nicole's coming up. And I want to let you know also, I changed the link. Some people are asking, hey, Ramon, how do we learn more about your coaching? How do we learn more about working with you? Well, those of you on Clubhouse, you can click that link right there. Many of you have already downloaded the guide, Grow Your Solo. But those of you interested, hey, let me see what Ramon's offering. Let me see how it is to work with Ramon. You can check out that office hours link on Clubhouse and see, hey, if you like this and you want to work with me to grow your business, it's not going to be $1 billion business, but it just might be $500,000. It might be $900,000. It might be 1.2, or you may have a better mindset in how you grow. Definitely join me and several others here who are in our coaching program, Ramon Office Hours. So you can click that link, Office Hours, and feel free to join us. 10 more minutes to go. I think I'll end on one more segment. So I'm going to end on two more things. One thing I want to mention real quick, because I talked about it in the headline. Facebook groups are not, but it's amazing how things go different. In fact, I'm not going to talk about Facebook groups with 9 minutes to go. I'm going to touch on one more topic, and then I'll pause and turn the mic over to Alexandria. I've declared that 2026 will be my best year ever. I didn't declare 2026 will be my best year ever with empty words. And when I say I a lot, family, I'm saying I because I'm sharing with you my playbook, my struggle bus, my success bus, what I'm doing, and how you may choose to follow in that too and learn some things from me. Success leads clues. And we all can learn from each other. I called Dr. Jeannie yesterday about something we talked about, and she poured into me. Julie Loken, watching how she and her partner Dominic are building Creative Con. I have a lot to learn from Julie Loken. Pastor Jeff, how he shows up. Favors here, how Favor shows up, the content and business masterclass, what he delivers every time. And as I look through the audience at family here, and I say family in a broader sense, all of you are amazing as I'm working with Chris. So my point being here is that why is 2026 going to be my best year ever? Now, full disclosure, I know people say, Ramon, you just negated that. Well, maybe it won't. Maybe it won't. Things could happen. But by faith and what I'm working towards, why? One, I am working ahead of time. I am planning what's happening, my playbook, not just for today, not just for next week, but putting things on the calendar for the year, for the next 4 months, for the next 3 months. That's one. Number two, hiring the right people. Yes, virtual assistants that are from another country, offshore, and you $2 an hour. These are nice and great, sure. But I've done that. I've hired over 100 people in Upwork, and I realized I can't do the same thing, expect a different results. So I've upscaled even who I've hired to work with me. That's number two. And it's amazing. The last 2 times I did this, I built businesses and sold it. Jamie Freyer, my soul partner. I love her. She lives in Pittsburgh. She worked with me for about 7 to 10 years as my head of operations, and we built smallbiztechnology.com and sold it. My other business, Small Business Summit. Her name is Marion Banker. She was my partner building an event business. And guess what happened 10 years later? We sold it. Success leaves clues. So I thought, these are 2 times where I've worked with people who are partners, yin to my yang, who are thought partners, strategic partners, not strategic partners, but operational partners, meaning, as it were, in a loose sense of the word. I own 100%, but in the loose sense of the word, chiefs of staff, operational people, and I grew something. And so that's what I've done. And number 3, the other thing is that being most intentional about client relationships as well. I'm making some very detailed, very intentional calls with some of the brands and names of all the brands you know. You use their stuff. You see them in the news, you see them in the media. I am having calls with their representatives. So when I say 2026 will be Ramon's best year ever, this is not just some claim it and say it by faith, say it over and again, affirm it happens. No, It's making, then you claim it, affirm it, all the stuff we learn, but then intentional steps to get it done, to make the steps to do that. You can't say, oh, we're $1 million business and just say it. You can't just say we're a $500,000 business and just say it. You can't say, oh, we're all billionaires. No, we're not all billionaires. We don't have all a billionaire mindset. But you can. And I've learned it in BWC. Grateful for this platform. Been here for however long it's been since COVID. Been here learning like many of you. Some of you are very new to this platform, but like some of you have been here for a minute. Founder Glenn Lundy started this, teaching us about mindset and personal development. And now Mary Lynn owns this platform and runs the room. So we're all learning. We're all learning. We got 5 minutes to go. Let me pause real quick. And again, those of you, shout out to those of you who've joined me on the live video stream, Instagram, and LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Glad you all are here. Love Trish. Mickey's still here. Love it. Anthony St. Jean, I see you. Thanks. Some people are double dipping. Love it. BWC and watching on video as well. Dr. Will Moreland, love having you here. And Iana's here, the musical web. We got people being here. And of course, Natalie Gregg. Just enjoy those who are watching it on live video where we replicate this. So it goes to our podcast. It goes on Zone of Genius. So you don't want to miss out. You really want to follow what I'm doing. And again, on the BWC side, those like Ramon, we want to work with you. You can see office hours. Let me pause real quick. Anybody on the BWC side want to unmic and jump in, join the conversation? You got about 3 minutes. The mic is yours if you wish.
Ooh, again, this is so good. My mentor, Pastor Jomo Cousins in Riverview, Florida, he's amazing. He says that all the time. And I added that success is not accidental. It's intentional. And so, yes, I said the same thing. 2026 is going to be my best year ever on repeat. But it's not only faith in what I said, it's faith mixed with intentional corresponding actions. Because if you want something different, you got to decide to do something different. And so God doesn't bless who you pretend to be. He blesses who he created you to be. And I'll yield.
Trellis, how many books have you written?
3. I'm working on my 4th and 5th right now.
I love it. And do you have somebody to help you with your 3rd and 4th book?
I haven't yet. I just been in between work.
Okay, stop. Just
go ahead.
I'm just messing with you. When I say stop, I'm messing with you. I cut you off intentionally. Just see Malika Starr. Just talk to her. Yeah, done.
Okay.
Malika, you don't got to give me 10% of that royalty fee. No need for it, Malika. I refuse. Now, if you want to donate it to,
I'm just gonna use that royalty and pay for my coaching session. That's all.
Oh, come on! Now you can do that, or you can donate it to IYMS.world. You want to inspire youth on a mission to success? Donate that. Everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. We got 3 minutes to go. I've enjoyed being here, and I think I'm just going to see anybody else who wanted to jump in as we get ready to transition to Alexandra Nicole, and I get ready to end the live stream, the special edition of the Rundown with Ramon. I hope y'all have enjoyed it on the video side, but on the audio side, anybody else wanted to jump in as we get ready to transition. And Alexandra, just a quick tip for you. If you wanted to change your link now, Alexandra, while you're, it's hard to talk and do it at the same time, you're welcome to change your link and get set up, but I'll hand the mic to you in about 3 minutes. But anybody else wanted to jump in?
Yes. Hey, Ramon. Hey, hey, Ramon.
Hey.
Sorry about that.
You're good.
Hey, this is Patrice.
Hey, Patrice.
I am definitely a salt and pepper grit type of gal. I love to put mushrooms. I love to put bell peppers. I love to put all the things up in there. Leeks. I love to put it all. Shrimp and cheese, pepper jack. I do it all savory over here. No sugar over here. And I think my son, he likes sugar, and I just don't understand. But I'm on your side.
Yes. And Patrice, let me ask you a question, Patrice, as we get ready to close here. This is a great way to close the room, or transition room. Isn't it amazing, Patrice? You have your son, people you love, smart people, your pastor, your family, friends. But when they had sugar, you're like why? It's like why would they be a low margin in that area of their life? Why would they not up level themselves and be the best version of themselves in all areas of life? Don't you feel that way sometimes when you're like,
absolutely do.
See
I do.
Yes.
Yeah, I absolutely do. And I just look at them and I shake my head and I continue to introduce them to the newness of what is great and what tastes great.
Patrice, this is amazing. It's ironic because the next person coming up, this next person, Patrice, she is so fly. She is so amazing, Patrice. You know what I'm saying, Patrice? We just talked about that, right? We have people in our life. Stay on mic, Patrice. You follow me, right?
Yes.
Right. We got people,
I'm following you.
authors, right, Patrice? Amazing authors, right? We got people who do events, right, Patrice?
Absolutely.
Amazing speakers. You know what I'm saying? Like, Patrice, they just bring it. They building communities all over the world, Patrice. Can you believe it? They even building communities all over the world. You know what I'm saying?
Spot on.
Come on, Patrice, you look at somebody like, wow, I love even what they have on is amazing. You feel me, Patrice?
I feel you over here,
But then they got that one thing, Patrice, in their life. It's like, I didn't know you should be on BWC. Like, how did you even get the, you know what I'm saying, Patrice?
Absolutely.
You just wonder how. Maybe Mary Lynn made a mistake even. I mean, why would you even invite her to the mic? All the greatness. Patrice.
I feel you.
Eating sugar and grits till I died.
Everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the special edition of the Rundown with Ramon. Welcome to a brand new segment with the amazing, with the illustrious. I think illustrious is a good word. Illustrious and absolutely amazing. Alexandria Nicole. Alexandria, the mic is all yours.